Hey guys, DB here. A couple days ago I asked you guys to give your opinion on the M67, and looking at the comments it seems like you guys had a lot to say on this, more than I had to say. I was already planning on creating the M67 rant/criticism video, so here it is. I'm just gonna go with not every single comment, but I'm gonna summarize most of these comments on what they have to say, because some of them weren't strictly about the M67. Starting with the first comment, Avenger786 said that whenever he uses this, he makes a lot of damage, but whenever someone else uses it against him, he also gets a lot of damage. So that was kind of a fair comment there. Havoc on the next comment said that 2 words, M67 spam, which are the 2 words that are going to hear a lot in this video. Then Computer has said please ban them, which is quite unreasonable. Like we can ask Max to nerf it if he thinks that it's way too overpowered, but I'm not sure he's going to ban them. This is like one of the unique things we have in the game, so it's not like you're going to remove it altogether. If it's not balanced, then you just balance it. Next we have Lion7, who's saying that, I'm just going to summarize, he said that it's weird the way the M67 bounce off of any wall or anything and then explodes. It's like it acts like a gummy when it's not supposed to, which I do agree. The mechanics is kind of a weird, but it just still works. It's a science fiction futuristic game, so anything can happen in here. Then comes Starboard Crazy. She said it's fun to use, annoying to get killed by, which is honestly the most accurate summary of the M67 in Warmerise. If you use it, it's a fun time. You get a lot of kills, you could do a lot of damage. But if someone else uses against you, and if the other team is literally spamming it, then it gets really annoying. Then comes Chrono. His comments was like quite lengthy, but I'm just gonna summarize what he meant in the whole thing. So he said that he don't believe that M67 needs a nerf. He believes that the other items like plasma grenades or tomahawks, they need a buff. Now tomahawks were already like way too overpowered before, but Max nerfed it, so I'm not sure if Max is going to do that. But I do honestly believe with him that M67 are not so overpowered, but the other weapons, they just suck. Like plasma grenade, I think it sucks. Before I was of the opinion that they do suck, but now I'm starting to think that they do, because it's quite easy for the player to retrieve from the explosion of the grenade, so it always makes like very less amount of damage. So yes, I somewhat do agree with Chrono there, because M67 is unique. A lot of people use it, and when there's like even 5 players in the team against you and they're all using it, there's like 15 M67s, and when they get spammed, there's no way you can protect yourselves. There's just literally no way. So it's so annoying. I've got killed by M67 so much. I don't think there's anything else that have killed me during the servers in the matches more than the M67. That's why I'm personally pissed off. And then came Best Love. He said that whenever he uses it against someone, it does 10 to 30 damage, but whenever someone else uses it against him, it does 50 to 60 damage, which is quite unfortunate in this situation. I don't believe that should be true. I mean, it's not like Max is like rigged or he's doing it like by himself. Obviously, the people who know how to use M67, they obviously can work better with it. So I don't believe that's the true case here. Mr. Yolo said that it's a great weapon to use. The people who spam it makes them annoying to get killed by, which is again the same thing that a lot of people said it before. So the problem we have is with the M67 spam. But I have another issue, and I believe that if that gets fixed, I think it can work. I recorded clips of throwing plasma grenades, and I also recorded clips of throwing the M67. The plasma grenade, whenever it's thrown to the time when it explodes, it's 1.1 second. And it's consistent. Whenever or wherever you throw it, that's the time. After 1.1 second, it is gonna explode. But in case of plasma grenade, it explodes after it bounces off any wall or anywhere. So you can literally make it explode in 0.5 second or 1 second, but you can also make it explode in like 3 seconds. So there's like this clip, I hope you can see it from there. Yeah, I threw it from there, and it literally went inside of that room. It took like about 3 seconds, I guess. Yeah, 3.7 seconds. It took 3.7 seconds for it to explode. And I also tested the maximum limit it can reach. I threw it in the roadmap, and there it goes, just going off like from one mountain to the other. So the maximum time limit for it is about 4 seconds. After 4 seconds, it explodes even if it does not hit the wall. The problem I have with this weapon is that you can never tell when it's going to explode. You can tell when it's going to explode only when you know where and when it bounced. Now, if you are in the middle of a match, there's a lot of shooting going on from both sides of the teams. You see mines over there, mines are exploding, there's plasma grenades going off, there's someone with an RPG shooting at you. Do you really think that you are going to spot an M67 there? And not just spot it, will you be able to focus on where it bounced so that you can get away with it? I don't think that's possible. You literally can't do that. Plasma grenades have a distinctive color, they glow, they have a trail, they make a distinctive sound, so it's easier to spot them. You can easily get away with them. But in M67, they're not easily visible. They don't have a distinctive sound, and with their velocity and with not knowing when they are going to explode and when they bounce off, so you don't know where they're gonna come from, it's literally, it makes it, all of these things combined makes it so overpowered. So that's the issue I have with M67, and I think it can be fixed in many different ways. You can make them very distinctive so that they can be spot easily. You can make them to explode when they hit a wall, not when they bounce off. Honestly, I love it when they bounce off. It's a unique mechanism, but they're way too overpowered. They're making a lot of damage, and when they get spammed, even though Max did try to fix it, and it sort of did, but like, you cannot throw all the 3 M67 at a time. There is a span of time that you have to wait before you can throw the other one. But when there's a lot of teams and everyone is using them, because it's a cheap item. Anyone with a few amount of cash can buy it, and they do, because it makes a lot of kills. So in my opinion, I would say either increase the cost of this item, you nerf it to make them explode when they hit the wall. You can make them distinctive, their sound, they already glow, but you can make them glow more, and you reduce their velocity by the speed they go. So I mean, if you do any of these things, you can somehow balance them. So this is one of the reasons why we banned M67 in this tournament, because in the last tournament, I think this was literally the only thing every team was using, and it was spammed so much that we were already clear that we are going to ban M67, because most of the kills were through M67, and with the amount of cost of this weapon to the kills people are making through it, they don't match. So obviously there's a clear sign that it needs a nerf somewhere, or the other things needs a buff, owing to what Chrono said. I wanted to rant more about it because I was so annoyed with people using it against me, and I'm getting killed literally with just this thing in the entire match. I do wish that something happens with it so that M67 spam can stop. That's literally the only issue. So yeah, you guys can leave your feedback on this, or if you have anything else that you want to add to this, then you can do that. Obviously, I may create a forum topic on this and we can discuss this further in there. So yeah, I'll see you shortly. Adios.